Hi everyone, it's Chris, and I'm coming to you live at 1:30 for my summer virtual open house. And right now I'm going to get ready to do a tutorial with the painted lavender stamp set from Stampin' Up. I had a great open house yesterday, and we did another make and take, but this card got a lot of attention from my card display, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you how to make that. I didn't forget this time to show you some other samples though using this stamp set. So I'm going to put these aside, and this here was just a result of, it was my trial and I got an ink smudge, so I was like, I'm not letting that go to waste, and I just die cut it and created a different kind of card with it. What I will mention is this stamp set is not bundled from Stampin' Up because it did come out in a separate catalog earlier, and it's a carryover, so it's no longer bundled. You can get the stamp set itself for just $20, and then the matching die set is $32. So it is a little bit of a steep price for a die set. But I want to just show you really quick how much you get extra. So you get all the images that match these stamps, and then there's, for instance, this little guy and this rosemary-ish twig, and then these tall lavender branches, which I used, you can see right here, and there's that lavender die piece. So I really like it. I feel like it's got a lot of extra uses. I did bite the bullet and paid for both, but that's definitely something. Hey, maybe you'll win my mystery hostess rewards, and you could splurge on that. So, I put that aside, and I'm going to need that. But anyway, if you're looking in the catalog, you can find that painted lavender on page 78 of the catalog. So let's go ahead and get started with how to do this. I'm going to put this aside, and I've got some blocks. These are assorted blocks, you can tell. And I have the cover sheet. This is kind of different than what I'm used to. The images are actually printed on the back sheet, so a lot of people are having troubles with them in reverse. I've kind of gotten used to it. It's not really that big of a deal. But there are ways to like photocopy it and turn it around and tuck it in this way. Like you could cut it, slide it back and down. So just pulling off the pieces I'm going to need really quick. I'm going to need the grass and this individual, and that's how easy that card is. It's really nice. So now I can set these aside. Great. So to make my mask, I just took some transparency, and you can't see that. Let me see if this helps. Now you can kind of see the shine. You could use clear packaging that you might get. If you go to a garage sale or the Goodwill, you might find clear transparencies there. Or send me a direct message, because I've got 2 boxes from when my husband retired from the military, and we used to do PowerPoints like that. So anyway, I found my circle and I die cut it, and I'm not really sure. Let's see, this is a 2, it's probably a 2.5. So I just die cut it, and now I've created my own mask. I'll go ahead and start with a piece of cardstock that measures 4 and 5 1/4. I like to just do white on white. I don't know, I just like that look. And if I were worried about it, I could tape this down together using some washi tape or some masking tape. I'm going to go ahead and just line this up, and then I'm just going to hold it. And I feel like if I have to trim it later, I can. So I'm going to line that up. And the first step I find that I like to do is go ahead and lay down my first base layer. So I'm going to use some Glacier. I think that might be a little bit different color than I used last time, but that's okay. Just see it, how it looks. And I'm just going to come in, and I'm going to hold my mask, and I'm going to start off on the edge because I like to get some of that dark color off first. And I don't want it too dark, but I do need a little bit more, I can see. And I got a little bit dark there, but that's okay too. These cards are so forgiving. I love that. I'm going to come all the way down because I don't know. I want good coverage for my grass. Okay, maybe a little bit more. I could even do some little dabbing and it gives it a little bit of a cloud effect. Okay, so that's super easy. And I've just laid down my blue sky background. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to come in and I'm trying to figure out what green I want. I first grabbed rosemary and then I'm like, I don't think that's going to be that nice. So somehow I probably used the sweet leaf. Topiary would be also kind of nice. It might need to be stamped off. So I'm going to stick with sweet leaf just to make it super simple. These are the old style of Close to My Heart ink pads, but you see that I've got oodles. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. And then I'm going to just come down and press. And I really want to walk it down there so that it gets on the edge of that mask. Okay, and then I hold everything in place, lift up. Ooh, I got a nice imprint. And then just come in and kind of go like that. And I felt it move a little bit, but we'll see. Everything is forgiving. I love that. Well, perfect. I hope you caught my earlier tutorial where I did the layers of beauty. And if not, you can go back and find it. I've tagged everything with hashtag Summer Virtual Open House. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to just use this smaller image from the Lavender. You've got this big bushy one here, and I'm going to just use the smaller one. So I grabbed 3 Close to My Heart inks that I think will work. And again, I haven't transitioned over to the Stampin' Up inks yet. They've been generous and given us a little time to do that. So I'm going to just go ahead and start first with the Pansy. And I didn't end up having to stamp off, but you could definitely do that. So if you only had like 2 ink tones for this lighter one, you could definitely stamp off. But I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and let's get that in view for you. And I'm just going to come in and do my first one in the middle. And then I'm going to actually, let's hopefully see that I had enough ink on that one. I might have to go back. Yep, I did not. I'm going to come in and do this little one there. And then this longer, taller one coming in kind of at an angle is kind of pretty like that. And this card was inspired by another Stampin' Up demonstrator, and she is out of Australia. Unfortunately, I did not mark down her name, so I'll try and go back and find where I got the inspiration for this. This next is Wisteria, and I'm going to just do 2 of those. I'm going to come in, and again, this is a little bit of a taller one up here. And then you'll see that you're probably thinking, wow, Chris, these inks are so much darker than this. But it's because when Close to My Heart inks dry, they do lighten up. And I'm just going to do a light touch there. All right, and now for my last color is the lilac. And I'm just going to kind of fill in the background with that. Do some random stamping. Still just holding my mask in place, and it really hasn't moved much. And one there. I love this image. We have a lilac farm around here in Northern Virginia, and I haven't made it there yet, but I've heard really great things about it, so I do want to check it out. So there you go. I've already quickly created my image just like that. I can pull off my mask, and so pretty and so easy, right? So the last thing I want to do is just add a sentiment, and for that I've brought up Country Flowers, which is one of my all-time favorite stamp sets also. I say that a lot. And here too, what I've done is put a magnetic sheet that you can order off of Amazon. I've put that on the inside of my stamp. just find it easier. And again, here are extra images or images that don't match the stamp set that just add so much extra. These solid die leaf cuts. This pot is an extra die cut. This little top to the teapot, I hadn't even noticed that at first until I saw somebody else use that, but look at that. That's the top to the teapot. So cute. And then these flowers, so I've made cards using just that. But why I came over here was to get a sentiment. So rubbing it on your arm will do good. And I think I might have just had a little glip in my video, but I got the low power notice on my video. That's not good. But anyway, you can just rub it real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. Best friend ever. And this time I'm not going to forget to finish my card on video. I did that last time. So I just take a card base that I've cut. And we do sell, you know, pre-made cards and envelopes. I tend to just buy mine at the paper supply store down the street. And I'm going to run a quick fine bead of glue. And that is how fast this card came together. Just have to take time to take out the little glue wedge. And there. Perfect. So there you go. Here's Best Friend Ever. Here's Sending Love. They're really, really beautiful. If you get a smudge, now you know that you can die cut it and just, you know, don't throw it away. Save it and create something totally new from it. So, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful and showed you ideas that if you have stamps with foliage on them, how you can create this own little mini scene there in a circle. Super easy. And remember, if you need some transparencies, hit me up and I'll send you some for free. Thanks for watching. Bye.